guys, this is Wild Horse Studios, and I am here to show you guys everything I got at Breyerfest this year. So Breyerfest for me, we ended up only going down for one day this year. We were just there on Saturday. And so I don't have necessarily like as much stuff as I usually would. For the most part, what I got is just the actual Breyerfest event models, but I do have some other really fun things to show you. So like usual, I will start off with the actual Breyerfest event models and then go into other purchases from there. We'll start off with the Celebration horse, and the Celebration horse is Nicholas. It's on a new mold, and he's painted it in this really pretty buckskin color. And he's very metallic-y, and I actually really like this mold. I have a few extras that I'm gonna paint up and everything, and I already have ideas for one of them. You can see he's got just a cute little face and a really just shiny kind of coat. And I actually think this mold is really cute. Size-wise, he's a little bit bigger than the old POA pony. Large pony for sure. I got all the special runs I wanted from my master list. So the first on my list for the special runs to pick up were the gummy bears. So they came in a set of 3, and they are translucent green, red, and yellow on the Breyer Bear Cub mold. And they came in such a cute package. Their packaging literally looked like a package of gummy bears. But yeah, they're translucent. And then besides that, they are also scented. They smell like candy. They're so cute. They're just cute. And the packaging just made it even better. Like, I'm going to keep their packaging because I thought it was so cute. And then my next favorite was Marzipan. From my tickets, I had 1 ticket for a Marzipan, but I also had 1 wild card that I could use for any of the special runs that were still available. So I used my wild card ticket to get the other color of Marzipan. So I have both of them to show you. The regular Marzipan that they showed pictures of in the previews in the Palomino Overo. And he's really pretty. He's got kind of like a slight metallic sheen to his color as well, kind of like Nicholas does. Not quite as much as him, but pretty close. And this pattern is like really pretty. I'm a fan of this mold, so I had to have him for my conga. And then the other color that he came in was a seal bay, or very dark bay. Same pattern, same markings, just different color. And I actually think that I like this variation color even better than the original because I like the contrast between his really dark color and his white spots. And it makes his pattern stand out more. And I just love a good Bay Overo anyway, but I just think he's gorgeous. Like, I am thrilled with both of them, and I think out of all of them, he is actually probably my favorite special run. So then next, I'm going to show you Rapunzel. Rapunzel is on the new, was originally released as Astrid the Fjord with a fjord mane. So this is the first release we've seen with this new longer mane, and she has a little braid up at the top of her mane, and she's painted to a really pretty red roan, and she's also got a little bit of like pearly sheen in her mane and tail that's really nice. But her color is just so soft. I think it came out really nice. So then the most popular of the special runs besides the surprise, the only one that we know of as of right now that sold out before the event even started was Stein. There were no Stein tickets available, and there were no Steins at all in the wild card line to pick from the whole weekend. There were no extras. So Stein is on the new Fireheart mold. Fireheart was originally released as part of the Premier Club. He's right there. Last year. and he's in a really pretty gruya for this run. He's got a nice little star and snip. He's got some really dynamic looking hair, which I really like. I still want to be able to paint one of these someday, but he is really nice. Really nice color. Landler. So Landler was also one that came in 2 different versions. So he came in a matte and gloss finish, and I pulled the matte. And honestly, like, I usually have a preference towards matte anyway, especially on a lighter color like this. Landlers were very hit and miss from what I saw as far as how nice they were. This one's pretty good. A lot of them had very fish scaly dapples, and then some had like very subtle dapples. And I would take very subtle ones over fish scales any day. But honestly, this one is pretty nice. My friend also pulled a matte Landler right after me, and hers was very fish scaly. She ended up trading it. But yeah, like I said, he was kind of hit and miss, and then it didn't make any difference whether it was matte or gloss. But I didn't see very many gloss ones in hand, so I don't know how they compared, but it's still a really pretty color. Then the next special run I have to show you is Elben Spree, the mare and foal set. You can see the foal's a little bit darker, but I'll show you the mare first. So they're both painted a Bay Tobiano on the new Hawkeye and Firefly set. So myself, I don't particularly care for the mare that much. And she's got some places like on her face and around her markings on this other side that are kind of scratched up. Which is honestly fine because I intended to repaint her anyway. So I'll be repainting this one as a sales piece, and I'm going to keep the foal as is. Like I said, I just don't particularly care for this mold. She just seems like a little funky to me. Yeah, there's the mare. And the foal. I really do like the foal mold. It's honestly, like, as a person who doesn't collect foals, this is my favorite foal mold, and I want to conga them now. But I just think it's such a cute little mold. And I want to paint one of these at some point too, but I want to keep this one. A little darker bay than the mare, but still very cute. The last special run is Franz. And Franz is the special run that I picked up for my grandma because she really likes to collect decorators, and especially blue ones. So I picked this one up for her, and it is Spirit in a blue with a darker blue points and mane. Pretty straightforward, but got some nice shading on there. And he is much more blue in hand than he looked in any of the Breyer pictures, I will say that. From the store, I picked up Chablis, who is painted on the braided mane and tail Iticus mold in a nice dappled bay. Really nicely shaded. 3 socks. And a stripe down the face. But very pretty, like just a very, very nice looking bay. From the store, I also got the Best of Breyerfest stablemate set. So there are 5 of them that are all based on previous Breyerfest raffles and show models, and I think volunteer horses, things like that. The harder to obtain things, just in stablemate scale. So first we have the Glossy Bay Mini Croy, and she is really, really pretty. It's hard to get like a good view of her, but she is stunning. Walking Thoroughbred. I know this one is based off of the 2016 Volunteer model. I can't remember off the top of my head what they're all based off of, but it is on the back of the box. Yes, gray Thoroughbred. This one was based on the Polo Pony raffle model from, I think, 2012 maybe. On the Cantering Warm Blood. Little Varnish Appy. This one I know was an open show prize. That was on a cigar mold. So painted to a red dun Appy on the little running Mustang. The last one is the little stablemate Prince Charming and Beethoviano, and I think this one was also based off of a show prize. But they're very cute. And then I also got the event stablemates. They used to be single day stablemates, but I know that they're not technically single days anymore. General admission stablemates, I guess. They did have 4-packs of those in the store, so I picked up a 4-pack. I have the little dressage horse. He's personally like my least favorite of the group, but he does have these really cute little colors in his mane that are the colors of the German flag. So that's really cute. I just don't like this mold because it's really tippy. This guy on the new mini Clydesdale Stallion mold with the long tail. And he's actually like prettier in person than I expected he would be. Paint wise, still like pretty nicely shaded and everything. So the little fell pony in a silver black, or a really dark silver bay maybe, but silver black is what I'm gonna go with. Silver black, glossy, kind of a pearly sheen to the mane and tail, but very cute. The Alborozo, who is really pretty in hand as well. Nicely shaded. I like this color on him. Very pretty. I also got a Wittelsbach, which is this blue Arabian stallion with diamonds, little stablemate. I haven't taken him out of the box yet because he is going to my grandma with the blue Spirit. The last thing I got from the store was not actually like a Breyerfest event model. I got the new mid-year release gray Bristol named Get Rowdy. He's got the braided mane and the braided tail, but he is just a light, very light dapple gray. Got a few dapples there on his hindquarters. But I had to have him for my Bristol Conga. But I like him a lot. I just like this mold a lot. Okay, so then after we were done with the park, we went over to Equilocity for a few minutes. My friend drew some artwork for their Art of the Horse contest, and they used her artwork to create one of the baskets. So we went to go see her basket horse and look around and everything. And by the time we got there late Saturday, there was not a whole lot left. One thing that I did get, because I thought it was priced very well, was a little rearing chip Pegasus. And I always wanted a Pegasus rearing chip for that conga, but always just thought that they were too expensive. But I got this guy for a really good price. So, and then from there we ran over to the Clarion. We didn't intend to go there this year because we only were there for one day and it was a lot. But we did go wander the Clarion just a little bit. Went into the Artisans Gallery to see the customs contest stuff and look at the Artisans Gallery stuff. I don't know if I've ever bought anything from the Artisans Gallery in the past, but this year I did. So this year I bought this Show Jumper Bluegrass Bandit resculpt that was done by Erica Isabel. So I really liked her. She previewed all of her Artisans Gallery stuff online. And there were several that I thought were really nice. And she still had this one there on Saturday. And then there was one other there that I thought, really excited to paint him. I'm not sure what color I want to make him yet, but I just thought that was really pretty. So I'll figure something out, I'm sure. I also got at the Clarion a Fallzilla, which leads me into my next project that I'm going to show you. The Fallzilla is your hint, because this is a project. I'm not keeping her as is, so Fallzilla body. So the last thing that I have to show you is probably the one that I'm most excited about. It is the Marezilla. She is massive, and I love her. She's huge. She is a 1/6 scale. She was originally sculpted by Laura Skillern to be in scale with Breyer's Fallzilla. She was entered in the Best Customs contest a couple of years ago when they had the Pairs theme class. So she made a custom Fallzilla and then sculpted this from a Breyer Misty, which there was a Breyer Misty in here somewhere, and then was later granted permission to cast it because it was practically an original sculpture anyway, and she released it in the Artisans Gallery this year. So, Marezilla, as you can see, she's just very big, very large. I'll put in a picture of me holding her up so you can see how big she is compared to me. A little bit better, but she is huge. And she's surprisingly not heavy for how big she is. But her tail is removable at the moment. So I am going to try to make it magnetic, I think. But if not, then I will just permanently attach it. But she rode shotgun with me on the way home because she's so big she wouldn't fit in any tubs that I had. But I am so thrilled with her. I'm going to paint her like the giant warm blood mare that I had, Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was 17 hands, and she was built like a tank. And the first thing that everybody said when they saw Tinkerbell was, "Oh my gosh, that horse is huge." And you know what? That's the first thing everybody says about this one too, so it seems fitting. So, my favorite purchase of the weekend, giant mare, Marezilla by Laura Skillern. There are a few other things that I purchased for Breyerfest this year, but I don't have them in hand because they were online pre-orders or online sales and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about those and then put in pictures of them. So the first Breyerfest purchase I got was a Breyer Grey Best of British Shire. I bought that from Chelsea's Model Horses. Gonna use them as a body and make another draft horse for my show herd. Then the next one I bought was Joyride by Holly Connor. I think I have a reference picked out for him somewhere, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. But I know he's gonna be a pinto. And then at the same time, I also got a Leaping Lily by Holly Connor because they were on sale, and I always liked Leaping Lily, but price-wise, it was just kind of pushing it for me just a little bit. So with it being on sale, it made it easier for me to be able to afford it, and I just kind of caved and got one. Oh, early in the week, I bought a Winslow resin off of eBay, and Winslow was one that I always kind of liked. Like, he has a few issues that bother me a little bit, but I put him in my eBay watch list and was just kind of like, well, if he stays low enough, I might go for it. Because I saw one in person at a show a few weeks ago, and I just liked him more after I saw him there. So I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with him. He does look he reminds me of like the horses and stallion ads. So I'm gonna try to find a nice like flashy stallion to paint him like. He will probably be a sales piece, I think, but I'm not entirely set on that. But anyway, like I said, if his price was low enough, I was gonna go for it, and I got him for $31. So that's my best deal of the weekend. Let's see, I think the last thing that I pre-ordered the traditional scale motor and Aurora from Maggie Bennett. I put a deposit down on those guys, and I saw them in person at Breyerfest at Maggie's booth, and they are incredible. They are incredibly detailed. I love the like wild hair and everything on them, and they're sculpted based on a real, real fighting Mustang stallions, which is right up my alley. So I just think that they are incredible. So that is it for my Breyerfest haul.